Hello! Today's video will be a tutorial on how to do these super easy and simple wrist cuffs. So for this project you will need lace, thread, some form of elastic and decoration of your choice. And let's start with the lace. You don't want lace that is pretty only from one side, because when you make the wrist cuff, the top will look messy. So you'll want a lace that is pretty on both sides, but you don't want it to be too wide unless you're really making a statement piece with your wrist cuffs, or you don't want it to be too thin either. This will be more of a lace bracelet than a wrist cuff, so you want it to be pretty on both sides and of good width. So this is the one that I'm going with. As for elastic, you can either use elastic thread, but mine is white, so I won't be using it. Instead, what you can use is elastic band that is as thin as possible, and preferably the color of your wristband, but because I only have black, I'm gonna use it. But you want this to be as thin as possible. And as for decoration, you can use pretty much anything from bows to pearls to roses or whatever you want to put some kind of charms. But I'm gonna use these bows that actually came with my bodyline dress. So I'm gonna use these. There are a ton of tutorials on YouTube on how to make bows. And these are what I'm gonna be working with today. The amount of lace you'll need is 3 times your wrist. So when my wrist is 14 centimeters, I will need 42 centimeters of lace. I'll of course need 2 pieces. As for the amount of elastic, you want to wrap it around your wrist and then overlap them quite much. You'll see why when I start doing this, but you want to overlap them like so. Make sure that the pretty side is down and ugly side up. Put the elastic about 1/3 in and start sewing. Until you can grab it. Take the other end and the elastic. Hold tight. And stretch. And remember to pull from the back as well so you don't break your needle. And I ended up with a bit extra. And this is how it looks. Next up, you want to sew this into the wrist cuff. And as you can see, this is the beginning where I couldn't ruffle it. So I'm just gonna check that it's a good size, and it is. So next up, you want to sew them together so that you only have the shirt part. So I'm gonna leave these out, and it's gonna be a good size. And this is why we left extra elastic. Cut away the excess and the threads. Flip it over. And you have a wrist cuff. Repeat it with the other one. Lastly, you want to add your decoration. Because mine has an easy clip, it's quick to put on. But if you have something that you have to sew on, do so. And after that, you're done. These were super simple wrist cuffs. I'm gonna show you how to make more difficult and elaborate ones, but I have to find the laces for that first. But this was the tutorial, and I'll see you again next time. Bye!